Hello, I'm Kat and today I'm going to be trying out the new Cosmic Beauty Smoulder palette. So I am a couple of weeks behind on filming this one. I think this actually released, was it the end of July? I think it was around like the 25th or something. So yeah, I'm a bit behind on this one. I did buy this off of their website as their UK brand and it was £28, so it's their usual price for their palettes. So this one isn't another one of their tarot, because I believe they mentioned that they're going to do some more of their like tarot style, like the Lovers one. So this isn't part of that, but we have got, it's like a smoky palette, this one. So here's the outside and then here's the inside. So it does look quite light on the camera. I mean, it is a fairly light palette actually. Like we have got some deeper shades, but I feel like overall it's kind of like leaning more light than dark. So I'll pop up some swatches on the screen for you. So we've got 20 shades with 12 mattes and 8 metallics. We have 2 multi-chromes and 1 duochrome. So I'll show you the multi-chromes and duochromes. So let's find those. So the first one is Embers over here. So that is a multi-chrome that shifts from glowing pink to yellow gold to green gold. Oh, I can definitely see the green from this angle actually. Yeah, I think you can mostly see like the pink and maybe a bit of the yellow on the camera. And then we've got Ignite down here, which I'm loving this shade down here. This was like one of the first shades that they kind of teased on their Instagram and it looks so pretty. And this is a high shine multi-chrome with a blue base that shifts to a glowing pink to lime green. So I can definitely see the blue and the pink. And then what we got lime green. I mean, I guess I can see it a bit. It's harder to see that one. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna use this one in a look. And then we've got one duochrome, which is down here, called Perfect Match. And that is a duochrome with a neutral base and a subtle cyan shift. So it says cyan, which is blue, but I'm actually seeing more of a, I don't know, like pinky, like a warm pink to it. So I'm not sure. So I'm going to create 2 looks with this today and we can see what the quality's like and the colours. So for the first look, I'm going to go for these kind of pinky shades up here. I did really like the look of those, so I wanted to do a look with that. So this one's going to be a bit more of like a neutral kind of one. I'm not sure how deep I'm going to go for this one. I think the next look I'm going to go for quite like smoky, like I might use the black in that second look. But for the first one, I'm going to try and go for like more of a pinky neutral, and I'm not sure how deep I'm going to go with that yet. So first I'm going to go in with a light shade just to go in like the kind of crease. And since this pink's going to be my kind of main colour, I think I'm going to go for maybe this one here. I know we have got this light pink here, but I'm thinking that's just a bit too light. So I think I'm going to go with this one called Flirty, so it's a bit more of a brown. I was actually wondering whether to do this or not, but as soon as I am kind of doing like more of a, I don't know, neutral browny look with that kind of pink, I think this will just maybe tie it all in together. I also have glitter on my face already. I'm not sure where that's come from. Like I haven't touched any of the glitters today. Like, I don't know, maybe there's some on the packaging. Right, so we'll just go in to the crease here and just blend this out slightly. I don't want like loads on there, but just a bit to help with the blending. Oh yeah, so I've been watching a few people and they actually mentioned what brushes they're using. Like, do you guys want me to do that? Like, this is, all these pink ones are Zoeva, but this is the 228 Luxe Crease, which I don't always use this one because it's quite a big fluffy one. I don't like use it a lot. I use it more if it's like a very light colour, because I know it's gonna spread like quite a lot. So I'm not sure, can I even, oh, I can see it on there, it's on there slightly. So I'm just gonna blend this all around here. So I might actually leave it like that for now, and then I can come in later after the pink and like blend them together. Now I'm going to go in with the pink shade, so this one here called Intimate, and I'm using the Zoeva 227. So I'm going to pop this over pretty much most of the lid, I think. I'm not actually going to use a shimmer on this look. I think I'm going to use one as an inner corner highlight, but I think I'm going to keep the rest of the look just matte. So I don't do that very often. Like a lot of the time I do put a shimmer on the lid. So we're going to go with a more matte look today. So I do quite like this pink shade. Like it's like a muted pink. Like it's not pastel, but like it's a bit darker, but it's still that kind of muted shade. Like it's not like a bright pink. So I think it's quite nice. So I'm just gonna blend this in to the crease. I'll probably go back in with that other brush. This brush isn't really like a blendy brush, really. So I'm just going to use this one. I'll just blend these two shades together as much as I can. That's going to be it for the pink. So I'm thinking maybe I should have done the pink first, just because of like blending. I have had to blend it quite a lot because like I've got a little bit of like a hood. I do need to bring like this colour just kind of like up above a bit. So I'm thinking I probably should have done the pink first, because now I'm trying to blend the pink, like get the pink up here, but there's already that like the crease shade that I put in that's already down. So yeah, I'll have to remember that in future, that maybe I'll go in with the base colours and then go in with the crease shade. Normally, like if I'm doing the same sort of colour, it probably doesn't matter too much, but as I'm going in with like a brown and then a pink and then like having to blend them together, whereas if I was going for like a pink in the crease and then the pink on the lid, it probably would like work a lot easier. I think that's going to do for now. So I am going to go in with a darker brown, and I think I'm going to try this one first. So we have got two options I was thinking of. So there's this one sultry and then this one ashes, which this one's darker, but I think I'll go in with this one first because that might be a bit too dark. I am going to deepen up out here. I don't know, maybe I could almost go in with that, like do a wing. We'll see what it looks like. I wasn't planning to do like a wing, but maybe we could do that with the even darker shade. So I'm going to go in with this one called Sultry, and this is the Zoeva 231. So I'm just going to put this on the outer corner out here and just blend this out. I'll have to build this up a bit. I mean, this blends very nicely. So as soon as I am doing just a matte look, I'm going to bring this in a little bit more than usual. Maybe I will go, we'll see how much I can build this up, but I might possibly go in with that darker shade just a little bit. We'll see. That's looking quite good. Yeah, I could go in with that darker shade and do like a liner. Might do that. Okay, I think that actually might do for that. I'll probably bring this brown underneath the eye. Let's do a bit of that now. Bring it all the way across. Now I'm going to go in with the Ashes shade, so they're very dark brown, and I'm going to do a bit of a winged liner. So this is a Zoeva 317. So yeah, I'm just going to, I think I want to do a little bit, so stamp, or just a tiny wing, I think. To add a tiny bit more, I don't know, depth out here, I suppose. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do, so just a little bit, and then I've only brought it in, I guess, kind of halfway, but I have like stamped very close to the lash line in here. Now for an inner corner highlight, I'm actually struggling which one to use for that, because I've swatched the kind of lightest shimmers on my hand, which we've got this one here called Swoon, but I might end up using that one. I feel like it's like too like white silver, you know, so I'm not sure if that's too much. We've got Embers, but that, I think, has that got a bit of like the green shift to it, so I don't think I actually want to use that. What one did I swatch? Allure, but I think that was like a little bit too dark for a inner corner highlight. It's very pretty, but I think it's just too dark. Like maybe if that was like a lot lighter, I would go for that. And then we've got this one here called Charmed, which is quite like warm, but it's a goldy one, which I'm wondering if that is too much. I feel like I want one that's like in between this one and this one. Like, I don't know if this gold is like too warm. Actually, I'm gonna go in with this very light pink and see what that looks like first, and then I might possibly go over the top with maybe that silver, like this kind of white silver shimmer, because then maybe if it's got that pink base underneath it, it might look better. So this is called Shy, and I'm just using it as the Zoeva 237. So we'll put this in here. Okay, that's better. So I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be light enough. I mean, this could work. It does usually show up better once I've like done my base, so I will touch this up after. Shall I try a tiny bit of that shimmer? Maybe I'll use a brush to do it rather than my finger. We'll just put like a tiny bit on. Okay, that just gives it a bit of like a sparkle. I mean, it's not really what I was going for, but I've got like that sparkle in the inner corner now. I think if I wanted to use that one as a highlight, I would have to use my finger to get that intenseness. Otherwise, with a brush, it's more like just a topper of sparkle. It's quite pretty. Like, I think that would look good like over the lid actually. But we're not going to do that today. Okay, so this is going to be it. I'll go finish the rest of my face. Here's the finished look then. So we've got kind of like a soft pink and brown, kind of like smoky eye. Yeah, I think it came out really nice. Let me know what you guys think. I did pair it with this lippy, which is Peri Pera in the peach light. Was it Ink Airy Velvet? I thought this matched quite nicely with the pink on the eyes. So I did do that with like a little bit of gloss on there. And then for the cheeks, which I feel like you can't tell, like, see my cheeks as much on the camera. Like, maybe I need to put a lot more on. Like, I kind of do it how, like, I would wear it going outside, you know, like, not super intense. But I think maybe the not the camera, but like the lighting in that is just washing it out too much. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I need to put it on a bit more intense so you guys can see it. But I actually went for a Cosmic Beauty blusher. So this is their Blush Butter, which is a cream blush, and this is actually in the shade Dazed. So this was from their, I think it's their mystery box, the Sinister mystery box. But it's just like this kind of, I don't know, like muted pink shade, which I thought would match with the eyes very nicely because it's like the muted shade. Like, most of my blushes are quite, I don't know, pink, you know, like this one's more of a muted one, so I thought that would go quite nicely. Yeah, so here's the look, and so far with the palette I'm really happy with it. Like, the quality again with like all their palettes is really nice. The mattes like blend in really nicely and like buildable, and like the shimmers, I did only use one shimmer today, which was this one up here, but that's like a very nice, I used it with a brush, so it was more like a kind of topper, like glitter, like shimmer, but that was very pretty. But yeah, to touch, and I swatched a few on my hand, they were all very nice as well. So yeah, I'm very happy with like the quality of this so far. So for today's look, I did go for more of a, like a softer, neutral, like brown look. Like we got kind of like a soft, smoky eye. But with the next look, I'm gonna go a bit more intense, and I'm gonna go a bit darker. I'm gonna use this black shade down here, and obviously this Ignite shimmer here. So we are gonna go darker, smokier for the second look, and we can test out some of them darker shades. So for this look, I'm going to be going super dark and like smoky with this one. I'm going to be using the black, which I think I'm actually going to go in with that first, and I'm going to be using the shimmer over here. I'm not entirely sure what other colours I want to do. Like, I might possibly bring in one of these shades here along the bottom, which are a bit kind of I don't know, greeny blue shades, like very muted ones. But I think I am just going to go straight in with the black first and just see where it goes from there. I don't use black an awful lot. I think I've done a couple of looks that I've had like a proper black in, but I don't usually do them. So, and I don't know if I usually go in with it first, so let's see how that turns out. So I think I'm going to go in with this brush, I think, to do out here. And then I might swap in with like a smaller one, so we'll see. But I think I'm going to put that shimmer like kind of in the center a bit, so I might want like a lighter shade over here possibly, or I'm not really sure, or maybe I just use one of the slightly lighter shades and then do the shimmer just on like the first kind of half of the lid rather than the center. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll just go with the black first and then decide. So that's this one here called Chemistry. So black is very scary, but seeing as I haven't actually done my face, I can wipe this off if there's any sort of like mistakes. All right, let's go in. Get the shape that I want with this as well. And I think I'm going to bring this under the eye too. I think I might actually want a smaller brush for this. So this is just kind of one like, kind of like tap in the pan, but I did then tap off the excess, but we're still getting a lot of like colour here, so very impressive. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to bring it under the eyes. Shall I do that now? Oh yeah, so this is a Zoeva 231, and then this one's the Zoeva 230. So this is just a lot smaller brush, so I'm going to bring that underneath the eyes now. What I might actually want to do is get a different brush to blend out the edge. Just need a clean brush to do it, really. Just gonna put some more colour on here. And then again, I'll just like blend out the edge. Okay, so what are we going to do next? Because I need to decide how I want to do the middle. I think I'm going to leave that for now and come back to it. I think I'm going to go in with this one next, which is called Charisma. So it's like a muted, very light blue-green colour. And I'm actually going to put that kind of on the inner half. Yeah, so I'm just going to put this in here. We'll see how that comes out, I think. I think I might actually do a shimmer as the inner corner highlight, which, looking at the shades, I think maybe that very lightest one, which I think I did use in the first look, but I think that might be the best one to do. Okay, I mean, I think that I see it, that's all I'm going to do there, really. So that shade's gone on very nicely. Yeah, so this one isn't light enough to be an inner corner highlight. I wouldn't say there was a lot of matte, so it's probably only this one here, the very light pink, that could maybe be done as an inner corner highlight. Otherwise you are looking at, I don't know, this very light shimmer here. I think all the others are a bit too light. Also maybe this gold. I think I swatched a few of them in the first look, didn't I? I shall check out, I don't know, we'll probably go in with this one, I think. Because I don't want to add in like too many other kind of colours. As soon as we're going for that ignite, like that bluey shimmer, I want to keep it kind of that sort of colour and like the kind of dark black, you know, black white sort of thing. Okay, I think that's good enough, so I'm going to do that on the other eye. Time for the shimmer, so I'm going to be using this one called Ignite. So it just looks so pretty. So I'm just going to put that in the centre here. And I think I'll bring it a bit over this shade as well. Because I think I want a lot of focus on this shimmer. It's so pretty. Now I'm just going to use a brush just to help with the blending the edge. And then I think I'll go back in with that black shade as well. Just like darken it up even more. I've just put some black in my waterline, which was just the Colourpop cream gel liner in Swerve. And I think this is going to be it for the eyes. So I am going to go in and put this shade here called Swoon, which is the very light shimmer shade. I'm going to do that as inner corner highlight. And I'm also going to put on some lashes, and I think this is going to be the look. So here's the second look, and I really like how this one turned out. I think this is my favourite out of the two looks that I've done. Yeah, I love it. I think it's so pretty. Like very kind of dark and smoky looking. So I did actually change my mind, because I know I said I was going to put on this shimmer as an inner corner highlight, but I actually decided against that. I kind of didn't want to put on another shimmer, so I actually just grabbed the Cosmic Beauty Sinister palette and put this very light shade here on. I was just looking for a light shade, like a white or something, just like an off-white, and this one was there, so I just used this one. So yeah, so this one's like an off-white, but it's not super like brightening, but yeah, I just didn't want to put a shimmer there. And then for cheeks, I kind of done like a bit of a mixture of like two. This is like a, you know, peachy nude blush, and then this was a pink one. I thought maybe a full-on pink was a bit too much, because I was looking at the shimmer on my eyes. Like, I know it's quite a cool toned look, so I thought pink would go quite well, like a cool tone pink, but like some of the like glitter shifts in that shimmer, like they look kind of like warmy. So that's why I decided to kind of almost like mix these two a little bit. And then for lips, I used this She Glam Dynamite Boom in Passion. So it's like a nude with a bit of a pinky hint to it, which I think that's quite nice. And then because this is a matte and my lips are a bit dry right now, I did chuck on a bit of clear lip gloss, so it didn't look as bad. I think a matte would have looked really nice, but my lips were not looking good, so we put that on too. But yeah, I'm really loving how this one looks. Like, I love it. It's sort of like dark and smoky. Like, I don't do many looks using actual black. Like, I do quite like to deepen up like the outer corner, but I wouldn't say I normally go quite this like dark with an actual black. And yeah, I really quite like it. I think I could have maybe blended out the edge a bit more, but you know, dark, smoky, grungy, like doesn't matter. But let me make sure I grab the right palette here. But so far my thoughts on this palette, I think it's really nice. I'm really enjoying the quality. Again, it seems to be the good quality that they usually have. Like the mattes are all really nice, like blendable, buildable. Like I've built up that black very well. I did use quite a few of the mattes, because I used quite a few in that first look. I think I used about 3 maybe, and then I've used, well, I actually used 2 in this look, 2 mattes in this one, like these 2 down here. But yeah, I'm really happy with them. And then the shimmers, like I really love the shimmer. I think it's so pretty. And I did use a bit this one in the first look, which was very nice. I used it a bit like a topper kind of, because I didn't really pack it on, but that was very nice, just very like glitter, like pretty. And I can't remember what else I used actually. I used one of the other shimmers that was really nice, but yeah, I'm really happy with this palette and I'm glad that I've got it. And I'm actually going to get out, because I think this is a very good in-between one for what they done. Like, cause they released their neutrals and the cool and I think that's this new Smoulder one is like a very good in-between palette, because like you've got the neutrals which are very warm. Let me open this one up as well. Which you've then got some kind of nude colours in this one. So obviously this one is very warm, if you can see. And then you've got the cool trolls, which is actually quite blue. There's only a few kind of actual like nude shades in there. So there's this one. So you've got a couple of kind of bluish shades down the bottom here. But I feel like this is a very good in-between one. So like you've got, it's mostly neutrals, and then you've got a few like kind of pops of colour there, like with a bit of a pink, although that can kind of be a bit more of a neutral. I think that's the most like wearable colour that people wear, isn't it? Like a pink, like muted pink shade. But you have got like a bit of a blue down here. Yeah, so I do think it's very pretty, and yeah, I quite like this one for like a neutral palette actually. Because if I think on this neutrals one, this is quite warm, and I mean I do like using these shades, but I think I would rather, like, I'm more into like less warm shades. Like if I want neutrals, I probably want more of like either like neutral or like cooler toned, thinking about it. Yeah, so I really quite like this one. I'm glad I've got it in my collection, and yeah, like let me know which of the 2 looks you like the best. Like I love this one. I think this is so pretty. Like yeah, I love it. I don't know what else to say about it. I think it came out so nice. I really like this. Yeah, so let me know which of the two looks you like the best, and what are your thoughts on this palette. Did you actually pick it up? I know it's been out a little while now, so you've probably already seen lots of reviews on this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. So everything that I have worn today will be listed in the description, and you can also follow me on Instagram or TikTok if you want to see like extra makeup looks. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!